What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and people are always asking me to give them my top drill rappers or my top drill songs that I think impacted the culture. So I'm gonna give you four of the top artists, and I think these guys impacted the drill culture real big. Now that don't mean they the biggest rappers out the drill culture. They had the most views because I think people like King Louis and shit like that should have been in this and stuff like that. But I didn't put them in this. I'm gonna give you what I believe is the most impactful drill songs to push the culture to what it is, whether it's good or bad. I gotta go Lil Mister at number 4 with No Lacking. I believe that song became real big, even though he wasn't on a major label or anything like that. The song had a major label impact, and let's be honest. The word no lacking always been a word. It always been in the dictionary, but we got to be honest with ourselves. That shit became Chicago culture after this song dropped. Millions of views. The way this video was shot, the way the beat was made, a lot of people followed this same blueprint where, you know what I'm saying, with their music. So I got to get Lil Mister, and this song featured P. Rico too, which I think was pretty dope. But yeah, I think that song helped impact the culture. Number 3, I got to go Lil JoJo. Now, a lot of people might try to say JoJo got famous off of Chief Keef, and the beef with Chief Keef blew JoJo up. But you got to understand that most of those videos of JoJo that's on YouTube were out while he was living. So the guy must have had some kind of talent. Don't get me wrong, he might have not been as globally as he should have been, and he kind of clouded real hard because of the beef with Chief Keef. But this guy was well known in Chicago on the music scene. That BDK song caused quite a stir. I mean, that song, when he passed, that song was featured in many places, man. You had all kind of news networks talking about that song, all kind of sites, all kind of famous rappers name dropped JoJo in songs, including The Game and plenty more people and shit like that. So JoJo legacy in Chicago is almost like one of those big legacies of a Big L or somebody like that. You got to remember, this guy was not a major recording artist. This guy didn't have a contract. He wasn't in the music business for years. But for some reason, his legend lives real big and strong in the community. That BDK song was crazy. You know, even though a lot of people say that song got him in a lot of trouble and stuff like that, it brought a lot of attention to the drill market when his death occurred and he passed, because a lot of people started doing their homework on JoJo and was listening to the song BDK because that was the song that was causing quite some controversy and shit like that. So I think the whole thing that happened with Lil JoJo and Chief Keef and stuff like that. I know it's kind of crazy to say because somebody died, so you don't really want to look at a death in a good light, but it did kind of shine a lot of light on what was going on in Chicago, you know. It wasn't so much just Chief Keef. A lot of people just thought it was Keef, Fredo, Lil Reese, and Dirk and them, but didn't know that it was other people in Chicago too. And that whole drill culture wasn't just stuck in that one block or that one area. A lot of people was doing this music shit. So I got to get JoJo my number 3 for being influential in helping the drill culture move. I got to go Lil Durk. You know, even though Lil Durk kind of got more famouser later in his career, not so much in the beginning, but he did have a strong impact in the beginning. He was right there with Sosa and the Lil Herbs, the Lil Bibbies. I didn't put them in this, even though I do think they were big in the culture. I'm just picking the guys who I think kind of help put a light on the culture, whether it was good, whether it was bad. Don't get me wrong, the Lil Herbs was in cold as hell, had all the viewers, but they wasn't in so much drama in the media eyes as these guys who I named. So yeah, Lil Durk real influential. That song L's became a classic, an anthem. It was real big, and a lot of people don't know. A lot of those songs that came out early in their career came out when they was just independent artists. So these guys didn't really have a major backing, but was getting millions of views. So Dirk was real influential because he started buzzing around that time. My number 1 artist who I'm picking, who helped move this culture, came out. Chief to the goddamn it Keef. In my opinion, man, Chief Keef did what a lot of artists from Chicago couldn't do. You had guys like Twista and shit like that was able to crack the door open. Kanye kind of got big because he had the backing of the Hova and the Rockefeller and Beyonce's and all that shit that kind of helped grew him to the top. But Keith strictly did a lot of this shit on his own, paying for studio time, getting a person to shoot the video on his own, putting this shit on YouTube his own, and just blowing up on his own. I don't really call that independent. I call that him dependent. He did that himself. You feel me? So I think Keith is the guy you got to say. And this video right here, I don't like. That is the official first drill video to go major, and boom, you had a lot of songs and people was doing drill. Like I say, the King Louis, the Lil Herbs, the Lil Bibbies, and a lot more other artists that was in this shit too. But this video right here was the video that kind of blew up, did the 30, 40, 50 million views. A lot of other YouTube sites uploaded this video, did millions. If you put all those videos that uploaded that I don't like, from the audio to the video, it might be over 100 million views. You feel me? Even Kanye West remixed this shit and put the Jada Kisses, the his homies on there, all kind of people. You had a lot of features. A lot of people remade this I Don't Like song and shit, from the Pusha T's to a lot of artists that's in the game. So I think this is the first official breakout drill video. You had other videos that did 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil, but this was like the first drill video to do Drake numbers, you know, Migos numbers, major recording artist numbers, big time independent with distribution numbers. This was just a guy shooting a video on his own, putting that shit out. So I think this is the song that really helped further the drill movement. Like I said, there's other artists that should have made this list, but I think these 4 guys impacted the songs. I'd love to know what you guys think. So give me your top 4. I'm gonna be watching everything. It's the homie Truth.